a person. I start each day by thanking the white man for the sunrise, for the land I walk on, for the air I breathe. I also apologize for niggas, but Lord knows they ain't gonna apologize for themselves. I am not black, nor do I consider myself to be black. Many people mistake me for being Negro because they don't know that I am currently living with the heartbreak of revitiligo. That's a skin condition that's the opposite of what Michael Jackson's got. Every morning I apply this topical ointment made of bleach and sulfur. I like to think it works. Luckily, I hadn't gotten much darker in the last few years. As you can see here, I enjoy building small shrines to certain special white people who are important in my life. This one here is dedicated to John Wayne, great white man.
What is a koon? Another Suna Bay exclusive brought to you by yours truly, Suna Bay the Messiah. Now, let me start this off by saying that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The disclaimer, this is not a hate speech or anything like that. Just open your eyes. All right. A lot of people are not familiar with the word koon, even though it's my favorite word. A lot of people don't know what a koon is. Let me tell you. Ask a lot of people, what is a koon? What is that? What is that? Oh, really? I'm glad you asked, because you act just like one. How can you not know what one is? Koon is a melanated person who goes out their way to please Caucasian people and other non-melanated people or non-black people. They go out of their way and they put them on a pedestal, and then they diss their own to show their allegiance to white supremacy. Sound like a lot of people you know and that I know. A lot of people don't understand the full meaning of white supremacy. It is a system where white people are placed at the top and all you darkies at the bottom, or melanated people at the bottom. And they make it so that the closer you are to whiteness, the more access you have to the resources, the goodies, and all that. For example, you might see these non-melanated people getting better jobs, better opportunities, better treatment, better service. You can see this in the education system. You can see this in Hollywood, in sports, other things like that. You see, white supremacy affects the whole planet. It all originated back when they were invading our lands and enslaving us here in America, Africa, Haiti, the other islands. We still feel the effect of this today, especially in areas where white people populate, where these Caucasian people populate, like Europe, they feel the effects. America, they do, parts of Africa, and so on and so forth. Some of these places have mostly melanated people inhabit. Most of these places where melanated people mostly habit, where there are not as many Caucasian people or non-black people, those particular people, like places like Haiti, Jamaica, and all of that, they don't see that many white people like that. So in their minds, they don't realize how white supremacy is used. They don't see how it's used on a global scale to keep dark-skinned, melanated people down. And a koon is a black person, melanated person that deals with self-hate. They have self-hate. They don't like what they see in the mirror, and they don't like other people that look like them. They have been taught and programmed to hate themselves because of being a melanated person. So they hate other melanated people. Instead of helping and loving their own people and their melanin, they choose to abandon their own people and date outside their race, not knowing that they are upholding white supremacy when they do so. And they disrespect their ancestors who were unalived because of white supremacy, because of their skin tone. They try to pretend that racism doesn't exist. I can't stand niggas like that try to pretend that racism doesn't exist. And they put these white people on a pedestal, taking up for them. You know, you say, I don't really care for how they're doing my people. These coons will come to the white man's defense. And you're not even talking about them. They try to make it about them as if they're white themselves, and they're not. It's really a mental disorder. They think it looks good on them, but it looks dumb on them. They don't. Meanwhile, they don't even like their own people. How you gonna take up for these people and you don't even say it's not about race and all this, but you don't even respect your own people because they are your own people because of their race. Coons don't like to talk about racism. White people don't like to talk about racism and how it affects their people. They don't. The coon or the white man or the non-black people love to talk about race. They don't, because it makes them feel comfortable. It means they have to expose who they really are. They don't want to talk about freedom or, making the world a better place. Coons, they don't want to have those conversations. They go against freedom and anything that has to do with melanated people. Coons don't do that. They don't talk about making the world a better place. They don't talk about freedom or coming together. They live a life of degeneracy, following the crowd, being hypersexual, being violent towards their own people, being lustful, prideful, never no real conversation. This is what a coon is. A coon is filled with degenerate behaviors. They're hypersexual. They're very violent towards their own people. And they're not violent at all towards non-black people. That's a coon. Coons are lustful, prideful, never no real conversation. Women and children. That's who they abuse. These coons, these melanated men, they abuse women and their own children. They help destroy the community and fight the people who are actually trying to wake people up. They are so comfortable being hateful, prideful, and ignorant.
Soldier boy mad, he found out his bitch fuck late. This my business. Welcome to the circle. Fuck your feelings. You a son of a bitch.
Ignoring the truth. They don't read. They don't research anything, but they want to tell you that you're wrong and they can't prove you're wrong. They don't care about knowing anything or preparing for the future. That, my dear, is a coon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and check out my next video.
Say you are the most embarrassing, low-life Uncle Remus, Steppin' Fetcher, Uncle Andy, Charles Barkley acting ass Negropean. They will be so mad. They will not stop until they find out which African wrote that letter. If you are Scottish, I don't care if you in Amsterdam, New York, California, Jersey. I don't care if you in Brazil, Jamaica. If you got a Negro going out of their way to try to sabotage you and kiss the slave master's ass, write them a letter and get them an award. Give them a Coon of the Year award.